I think Sunday, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid both came to the realization that this Chiefs offense in 2023 is flat out not good enough. And that's why you saw such a strong, emotional, frustrated response after their loss to the Bills, not because the penalty. They're not upset about the actual penalty themselves. They're talking about their frustration and kind of veiling their anger by using the penalty as their piñata, if you will. But I think they're more frustrated for the fact that for the first time in the Mahomes era, this Chiefs offense is flat out not good enough. Like, take quarterback out of it. This is one of the worst offenses in all of the AFC. I think reality really set in yesterday for Kansas City, and that's why you saw both mostly mild-mannered gentlemen in Mahomes and Reid just tee off in the postgame, tee off after the game, tee off during the game. Mahomes is trying to chase down the referee. They are not upset about the penalty. They're upset about this Chiefs offense not being good enough. Because in what other area, like, first of all, the penalty is not debatable, right? It's not a judgment call. It is truly black and white. Was Kadarius Toney lined up offsides or was he not? Everyone is in agreement. He was offsides. So that's why I don't think they are frustrated about the penalty, because it's black and white. It's obvious. He was lined up offsides. What they're upset about is the fact that a 5-yard procedural penalty with the game on the line in most years is a free redo. This year, it's a drive killer. This year, it's a game ender. The Chiefs are not good enough to overcome their own mistakes. That is why you're seeing Mahomes so upset. Because again, how many times do we see the Chiefs in past years commit some sort of penalty, and then a few plays later, Mahomes makes a scramble, Kelsey makes an explosive play, and then they're in the end zone anyway. Like those penalties don't matter. This year, though, they do. A 5-yard procedural penalty that takes a touchdown off the board is enough of a dagger that ends the drive. Let's not forget the Chiefs had 3 more downs. It was 2nd and 15, and they went incompletion, batted ball down, incompletion. Game over. This is the first year where they are flat out not good enough. The offensive line can't protect and give Mahomes time consistently. The receivers can't catch the ball, league leader in drops, can't make any explosive plays. Speaking of explosive plays, Travis Kelsey is making nowhere near as big of an impact as we're used to seeing. He is not making enough explosive plays like he did in the past to make this Chiefs offense hum. The running game is not consistent whatsoever. So now you are seeing, for the first time under Patrick Mahomes, this Chiefs offense truly struggle. Truly not be able to put drives together and put points on the board. I mean, they scored 17 points at home against the Bills, against a Bills defense that's got teed off on in the last few weeks by their offenses. This Chiefs offense is flat out not good enough. And now I think for the first time you had Mahomes and Reid realize their grip on the AFC that was ironclad the last few years, it's slipping. And it's slipping because of their offense. Because they can't make plays. And that is why you are seeing in just Sunday's game alone, why a 5-yard penalty in most years is a free do-over for the Chiefs. Now it's a detriment. Now it's a drive ender. And there's no answers in sight. We're going on to week 15. Like, this is not, nothing is fixable here. And that's also part of the reason why I think Mahomes and Reid are so upset. There are no answers. You got to just ride this out. I think they see the future, what's coming. Their offense not being good enough in the playoffs, now also having to go on the road most likely as well to play at least one playoff game. It's not good enough to win playoff games and win a Super Bowl. That realization, I think, first came to mind for the Chiefs on Sunday, and that is why you saw the emotional reaction from Mahomes and Reid that's uncanny, because they now have to deal with the reality of not being good enough. It's not the penalty they're worried about. It's not the flag and the referees. They realize they are not good enough offensively to be Super Bowl contenders for the first time in the Mahomes era.